Good tidings, ladies and gentlemen of the lodge, and welcome back. Today we've got some exciting Final Fantasy news, as Square Enix, over on Twitter, seem to have softly teased the idea of a Final Fantasy XIII Remake or Remaster. Now before we get into it, those of you who have been on this channel and listened to the podcast, you know that I am a Final Fantasy XIII apologist. And I guess what I mean by that is, I've always enjoyed Final Fantasy XIII. Even though I think it's one of the weaker entries in the series, I still believe that it is a very good game and one that is worth playing. That said, it's a little bit peculiar and strange that in a world where all the Final Fantasies have been remastered, remade, or ported to modern consoles, whether you have the pixel remasters of Final Fantasy 1 through 6, or you have the new Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, thing is, Square Enix is clearly making an effort to make all of the Final Fantasies available on modern consoles in many different ways and avenues. However, when it comes to Final Fantasy XIII, that whole trilogy has not gotten the sort of treatment that previous Final Fantasy installments have. But now let's get into it. Let's get into the thick of it. As you see here, Alex Mukala, who is a fantastic musician, one who I recommend you all follow, says, before any other FF title gets a remake, Final Fantasy XIII needs a remaster. That's a take I happen to agree with, and was happy to see Square Enix actually replied to it and said, any reason for a remaster instead of a remake? So as you can see here, with Square Enix replying, basically saying any reason for a remaster instead of a remake, it has lots of people popping off, including our boy Xander here. So, look, at the end of the day, it's at best a tease coming from the Square Enix Twitter. There were a lot of replies to this tweet, there were a lot of suggestions, there were a lot of hot takes, but this is the one they chose to reply to, and strangely enough questioned why a remaster and not a remake. Now, let's not have too many big leaps in logic here and assume that this means they intend to remake the 13 trilogy, or they intend to remaster it anytime soon, but it is very peculiar that that was the one response that they replied to, and that they replied in this way. We all know the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy is vacant when it comes to a modern remaster or port, so we all know that it's only a matter of time before those are available. And with a tweet like this coming out from Square Enix, it seems like that day is coming. However, to throw a little bit of doubt on all of this, which I do believe is necessary when doing this kind of coverage, look, we don't know who's running the Square Enix Twitter. This just could be an intern who really loves FF13 and just decided to reply in this way. Or this is a more clever trickle-down marketing of an incoming FF13 remaster or remake. Truth is, we don't know. It could be a whole lot of nothing, or might be alluding to something we can get excited about in the future. But you all tell me what you think. Do you think this is one giant nothing burger, or do you think Square Enix is starting to prep the idea of a Final Fantasy XIII remake, remaster, port, whatever it's going to be, coming to modern consoles? You all let me know down in the comments below. You all be good out there, be good to yourselves and each other, and I will see all of you beautiful sickos and normies next time.